The globe's two important superpowers are coming together. They're shaking hands, and you know what? There is a major global shakeup around it. US and China are on the same page now related to Iran-Israel war. And now, most importantly, where does that leave India? Let me break it down for you. Hi, this is Navya Bal and you're watching TimesXP. Donald Trump's visit to Beijing has triggered a major global geopolitical conversation around Asia. After months of tariffs, tensions, and strategic rivalry, the optics suddenly changed. Warm shake hands, friendly words, and talk of cooperation between Washington and Beijing. Trump called Chinese President Xi Jinping a friend, a great leader. And now analysts are asking a serious questions. Could improving US-China ties actually become a strategic problem for China's neighbor, India? At first glance, better relationships between world's two largest economies might sound positive. Less tension, more trade, global stability. But for India, the situation is far more complicated. Because over the last few years, India's global importance increased partly because US wanted a strong counterbalance against China in Asia. They saw India as a major opponent. And now, that strategy helped strengthen partnerships that the Quads involving India, US, Japan, Australia. Well, it is also publishing the global companies to consider India as an alternative manufacturing hub to China. Kudos to India. But now, if the Washington and Beijing become stabilizing their relationships, that urgency would weaken the need to India into the global corporations. Because India and China are not just neighbors, they are direct economic competitors. If US tariffs of China or the Chinese goods ease, the supply chains normalize again, and global investors may prefer China's mature factories and infrastructure over India's developing system. Well, the concern is especially serious in the technology and the semiconductors. India has been trying to position itself as a future global chip manufacturing hub. But the recent US decisions to ease some technology restrictions on China could strengthen Beijing's semiconductor ecosystem much more faster. And the experts warn India that it could struggle to catch up. Well, then comes the security angle. The Quad itself is appearing uncertain. During the Trump's earlier presidency, the group was promoted strongly as a strategic response to China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific. But recently, momentum around Quads actually had showed noticeably. For India, that creates concern because this group was not just diplomacy, it was a strategic insurance. And at the same time, India is also known as that China continues supporting Pakistan strategically despite improving economic engagement with New Delhi. And there is another major risk: Taiwan. Xi Jinping reportedly warned that Trump during the summit that it is mishandling Taiwan and could push US and China into direct conflict. For India, any Taiwan crisis could be economically devastating because Taiwan sits at the center of the global semiconductor supply chains. A war there could damage the global trade, energy markets, and Asian economy, including India's. And perhaps the biggest challenge for India is balancing the sides carefully. Now, the New Delhi benefits most from the US and China completely, but do not fully break the relations. Now, that balance gives India a strategic space, a momentum to fully work with China, to fully work with America on security, and China through the platforms like BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Because in today's world, India's biggest strength may not be choosing one side. It may be important that they are both. What is your take on this? Make sure to comment down below.